So many Christian wives get kind of frustrated and maybe even a little resentful that their husbands don't seem to want to pray with them. I mean, the wife just longs for her husband to be this prayer warrior that leads the family in prayer, or at least prays with her out loud, and it's just not happening. And I've been asked by many wives, why won't my husband pray with me? And as I reflected on that and asked the Lord, what is going on that so many men, not all men, but so many husbands are reluctant to pray with their wives, I felt like I had a little light bulb moment. Here's the deal. Most women are very verbal. Most men, not as much. Most women love to read, and so because they're readers, they have a really large vocabulary. They're expressive, and again, we do like to talk. Most women are very verbal. Most men, not so much. So when it comes to praying out loud, a verbal activity, most husbands, I believe, can be a bit intimidated by their wife's prayer. If he's heard you praying and you're using big words or seem to be going on and very expressive, that can be a little bit intimidating for a husband who maybe doesn't have all those big words to use or doesn't know how to be so expressive and so polished in his prayer, right? And so for most men, if they feel like they can't compete, they just don't compete at all. I mean, they just don't participate at all. You know what I mean? Could this be what's happening with your husband? You know, we're not supposed to be praying lengthy prayers anyway, right? I think of the kind of harsh words that Jesus spoke to the Pharisees in Luke chapter 20, where he said harsh things to those who pray lengthy prayers for show. So, ladies, how about if we keep our prayers simple? Now, I'm not saying that your husband doesn't have a great vocabulary or that your husband doesn't understand big words. Don't misunderstand me at all. I'm just saying, why don't we just pray simple prayers? We don't have to show off and go on and on and on and say the same thing over and over again in 20 different ways. We don't need to do that. God hears the simple, humble prayer. In fact, I think that's the kind of prayer he loves, the humble, simple prayer offered in faith. So how about if we start modeling that in front of our husbands, and maybe you would find that your husband will be more eager to pray with you.